this map is going to put the exact same advantage into the hands of Omega Esports. So the strategy coming out from PDR just needs to be solid from the get-go, Jericho.
Yeah, solid from the get-go indeed. But now here we go. Game number 3. Is it going to be a 3-0 or will PDR force a game number 4? The domination on takeoff, and Omega already on defensive, hopping on B immediately. But look at the scaffolding. They're going to be there. The Thumper will not do anything. And just like that, they managed to cap it within 15 seconds. And this is the control that they need. Just early positioning for the side of Omega. And PDR, they need to overextend immediately.
Yeah, this is the smart Omega that we know, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Look at the backstab coming through. Now the combo from Crush and Whoopi, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, holding on to red area. They are just an absolute tyrant in that situation right now. And the overextension from the one and only Kevs as well as Candy, they should be able to pull away that A flag. And smart Omega trying to show us exactly what they can do at takeoff domination. And if they pull off this triple cap early, they should be able to hold on to it. But the prevention from Bandu as well as Race, they pull away that B flag.
Yeah, they pull in the B flag, and now Young Jay gonna be overextending to A now. Very good comeback there, but Millones with the SKS trying to make the play there. B is not gonna be captured, but Young Jay is doing a lot of play, finally holds it down. They have a 2-cap now, and PDR back on track. But Omega slowly losing their gunfights, but they have control of scaffolding, so they still have that power position there. If they could just string some kills here, now it's gonna be a reset for both teams.
I don't think Smart Omega just needs to continuously go in here for the overextend, right? Because the way they are popping off in this game, it just looks like they're mechanically superior. So just focus onto that B and C flag, and then try to spawn trap all of the rest of the players in towards the business. And they can keep on that A flag, but it just looks like every single time Smart Omega tries to overstep their boundaries, PDR Esports punishes them, and it looks like they've caught on to that exact same thing. They are now holding back in towards Aurora launch, playing this a little bit more safely once they've gone in there for the teaser onto PDR Esports, and I'm just loving this from Smart Omega. But the question is, how will PDR Esports now pull one flag back? I feel like they need to drop into launch center and tease that C flag. They need to pull that away, and perhaps when they go in for that C flag play, reset the spawns of Smart Omega as well, and that's really going to throw them off their play here, Jericho.
I think they're gonna throw away their play here, but now 52-34. We do see PDR. They're trying to cap on B. That's a little bit more, but we do see Omega just clearing out as well. Young Jay trying to make the play on the spawn trap, gets one. If he can stay alive, this is gonna be very huge. Just being annoying there, just trying to let his teammates put through as well. Rage trying to help over at B. Finally takes out Kendi, and just like that, the push is gonna come through. And there we go. PDR trying to make the play, but still nothing is happening. Young Jay, he needs help.
Yeah, look at Crushman just getting a lot done at the control room, just making sure none of those players can overextend. He's not really spawn trapping them, but he's controlling that mid segment of the map, and finally gets a win offset one and only Whoopi. Sorry, it wasn't Crush, it was Whoopi earlier on. And control room gets taken over by PDR Esports, but the 75-point mark has been reached, and Smart Omega with an impressive display in this domination matchup.
Yeah, impressive, and wow. This is deja vu all over again, AJ. This was the score for that first race against Phantasma and Ultimate. But now let's see if things are going to change, or are we going to see Omega bring PDR down to the loser bracket? But here we go. Crush on your screen, going to push through the 4-man push towards B. I like this. Just overextended Aurora Lounge, immediately getting control of that. You want that control to have that crossfire power position.
Yeah.
But Crush, he wants to overextend all the way to the C.
I love this because what they want to do is immediately flip the spawns and get control of the guerrilla base. I mean, they've already proven that their strategy absolutely works. They don't care about that A flag, but Whoopi's just being annoying, controlling that the takeover there just to make PDR Esports feel like that's going to be a tough fight. And whilst all of the distraction is being played by Whoopi, look at Smart Omega go, man. The C flag has been won over already, and now the Annihilator being pulled out by Whoopi. They're going to go in here for that B flag capture, but it's all about the setup. They want to go in there for a quick in and out, but before that they have to clear the area out. Whoopi fails, but they have got one more player in here for the shutdown, the one and only Wan Lu. Idra steps out, but the Annihilator does not hit him.
The Annihilator does not hit him indeed, but 90-58, and here comes PDR hopping on it, but it's gonna be a player on that power position. It's gonna be Idra, but he gets taken out as well. But here comes Kendi with the Annihilator. There's a back and forth. Everyone's just barging in now. And if you're PDR, overextend to C. Stop facing Omega head on. They're just, Omega's on a different level at the moment. In PDR, they're trying their best to go up against the gunfights. Play smarter. Play more campy.
Yeah, they have to go into launch center and pull that C flag away. That's the distraction that they desperately need. But no, they just keep beating this dead horse, bro. Then the dead horse is in the name of that B flag. And they keep forcing their way in. Omega Esports, they've already got such a great lead. They don't need to overextend. Once again, what they want to do is make sure they've got a surefire way at hitting that B flag. And they want to go in for a quick in and out. But finally, the overextension coming through for that A flag. What we expect PDR to do in order to get control of that B flag, this is what Omega Esports is backing away. They sacrifice the B flag. Prevention can be made by Millones. Big kills coming through. Millones, is he going to be able to get it in? Will survive and cap that flag because of the backup from the one and only Whoopi.
Yeah, good plays coming through from both teams. 109 to 78. PDR, they're still in this game. If they manage to capture that one home flag, they can still make a comeback here. But it's looking like they're still trying to focus on the kills here. The pressure that Kendy's just applying here in the middle is just very, very huge. But here we go. Young Jay finally stops the bleeding. They're going to get that 2 cap. And now they can focus on the spawn trap unless Omega, look at the recognition.
Nice.
They're just going to overextend immediately and just shut them down. But here comes Young Jay with Annihilator. Can he make the play? But Rage is there as well. Just a back and forth positional gunfight here. Someone has to pull away from this.
Yeah, and right now, what PDR Esports needs to do is not overextend. Just keep a hold on to this lead that they have and make sure Smart Omega does not win back one of their flags. But now, they want to go in for the triple cap. They overextend over to that A flag and losing both that B as well as C flag at the same time, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Candy will get shut down, but here comes the Dragonfire for that extra information for Young Jay. He wants to set up scaffolding first, and the second point that he wants to take over is that B flag. He gets that information onto Idra and the rest. And this might be the setup that allows PDR Esports to hold on to these flags. But 2 players, Kendi as well as Idra, should be able to pull this away, and they do. Oh, what a prevention! But it gets stolen away either how.
Yeah, either how indeed. But Young Jay gonna try to do this on his own. Has a cluster strike behind him. Big kills right here. If he gets this kill, they can still make the comeback. Kendi, 1v1 gunfight. Shuts down Young Jay, and I think that might be it, AJ. That was the last chance for them. Rage gonna try to do the best with Annihilator, but that's gonna be it. That's gonna be a 3-0. Omega is back for now.
At the expense of course, of PDR Esports. What a game, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Domination on domination all throughout from the get-go. And to a certain degree, yes, PDR Esports made a little bit of a show there, but it was way too late. And they just didn't execute that strategy in the way that Smart Omega beautifully pulled off. And this was a very well-deserved 3-0 victory for the boys of Smart Omega, Jericho.
Yeah, very, very well deserved. And they showed that they can still hang with the best. With this new roster, Kevs being that addition that they need, the aggression and just winning a lot of those gunfights. Individual plays, again, is the story of this game, AJ. But, I mean, if you look at the side of PDR, Von Lu, 9-19, not really going to cut off in domination. But even the side of Omega, Crush and Kev's not really doing the best, 14-10. But it doesn't matter. Every time they go in there, they still tag up those players, even though they get taken out. And then Idra and Whoopi, they clean them up. So it's just a lot of teamwork coming through from Omega.
I mean, if you look at the kills coming through for the side of PDR, they've got way more kills. And that was only because of the strategy that Smart Omega was playing, man. They weren't going in for kills. They were just purely focusing on those objectives. And they were figuring out what was the most efficient way to pull the objectives away. Whilst PDR Esports, they just focused on slaying the players of Smart Omega again and again and again. And we saw those overextensions. And every single time Smart Omega pulled off that overextension, for example, to pull away that A flag, after they've gotten full control of that loading area and the guerrilla base, they almost always execute it perfectly. And they always leave one player back as well because they do not want to lose that spawn at guerrilla base. And this was where, towards the end of the game, PDR Esports kind of made a possibility of a comeback for themselves, right? Because they won that B and C flag for themselves already. But it was just overall not super convincing, man, because they could have made that play a little bit earlier on. They were just so fixated on grabbing the B flag.
Yeah, they were just so fixated on. They were just pushing it one by one. They fall. Just really unfortunate. I mean, and every time they overextend, the boys of Omega just really recognize what to do. And if they get 2 cap, they overextend as fast as they can. They don't even bother showing their faces on the middle. Just really smart plays coming through from Omega.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, identifying that the B flag is the most difficult flag in the game to capture and not really focusing in on it beyond a certain point. I mean, let's look at which points does Smart Omega go in there for the. I mean, when you go in to invest all of your players, you're also they hold on to the red area and they wait